Good morning, good evening to all, wherever you are. Respected panel members and the gentleman on the screen with me sharing this room. Respected attendees, this is thank you very much, attendees, for your large participation. Yesterday also we had a very large participation in my session in APC, and today also I hope more and more people are joining. So today we have this topic of industrial automation and control and pumps, valves and fittings industry. So I will cover my address in mainly in three topics in this 15 to 20 minutes talk. First, I will take and I will be covering the prospect from perspective of user, basically. Being a EPC contractor, I'll cover perspective of owner, operator, consultant, and the user side. Experience, expectations, and suggestions from our side. To the industry. I will cover the status and significance of pumps, valves, and fittings industry vis-a-vis overall industry automation and control. I will cover need of digitalization in the manufacturing processes, manufacturing industry. And I will finally conclude with smart solutions and innovation in automation and control in this industry, as well as innovation in after sales support. This all is coming from our experience of lately build up plants which are running very fine, but there are some teething troubles we face. So this is a learning from that which I am going to share. While we have gone through a number of developments and innovations in overall process industry, I feel there is a lot of potential to reach to that automation level and digitalization, smart solutions in pumps, valves, and fitting industry. There's a lot to do comparing to what has been done in controls, in instrumentation, in DCS systems, in equipment. A lot has been done, but there is a potential for this industry. Now, if you see the significance of this industry, pumps, valves, and fittings, if I can compare this with a human body, where the most important thing to run the human body, normal operation, is the valve and one pump and four valves, the heart and its four valves. So this is the significance of pump and valve in process industry also. Now I'll share with a few of my experiences. Like we had recently built up Adani's LPG terminal at Mundra Port and one Dalmia cement waste heat recovery plant and a GSFC caprolactam plant in Baroda. So these three different process industry I am choosing, and we are facing, these plants are running very good, and I thank all our vendors and contractors for their support in these three signature projects. But there are troubles. I will take in pump, valves mainly, and fittings also. There are a few things. See, in pumps, there are many a times when we go for the design of pumps or we go for the safety systems, we are depending on its downstream and upstream control system. Whether it is pressure or temperature transmitters, or upstream there is level transmitters and all that. So for gauging the pump performance or for reading the pump, we have to depend on these things. So some people have working on the sensors on pump itself, so that you are having two-way communication with the pump. You are getting the signals from the pumps, and then you are accordingly giving the mitigating instructions through the control system to various places. You have to shut down some valve, or you have to regulate some flow and all that. So if it is coming from the pump directly, then I think the mitigation time is reduced. I'll give you one example. Like if there is a leakage downstream of a pump, then how we come to know that the pressure transmitter downstream pump will show a reduction in the pressure and such parameters. And then the operator has to go and find out what is the reason for that. One reason can be the leakage downstream. But if we have some sensor in the pump itself to measure its torque, then that directly will tell whether there is a leakage or blockage downstream the pump. Now, in moving parts, it is very, very difficult to fix any sensor. Though there is a solution like slip ring solution has come, but it is very tedious, and it takes a lot of time, where there are a lot of pumps in the industry and a lot of slip rings and all those things. So a new innovation has to be worked upon. Some people are doing already. I am in knowledge of that. That radio wave technology, contactless signal gathering, and then analyzing and immediately taking action on that downstream, shutdown valve and all those kind of things. So in case the torque is gradually reducing, it means there is a growing leakage downstream. And if suddenly it is dropping, means there is a big leakage downstream, or it is building up, torque is going up, then there is a blockage downstream. So immediately, 1/5 of the time, this is our experience, 1/5 of the time, the mitigation action can be taken if there is a contactless sensor system is innovated in the pump itself. So this is one example I am giving you. I'm giving you only perspective because then the technical experts in these pumps and valves can go into details of that and see what can be done. Because I'm not pump and valve expert, but as a user, I can give my feedback. Another problems we faced is that there is leakage in valves or pumps or flanges, or there are corrosion in the rings. I mean, there are problems with the valves and all that. Then in normal circumstances, what happens? We call the vendor representative. He comes and troubleshoot, and then the operation is again started. Now, COVID-19 situation has taught us a lot of things, that vendor representatives were not able to travel to site, travel to the plant while plant was running. Maintenance engineers were there. So there was a great limitation of after sales service. So my suggestion on this is, again, people must be working. I'll give you one example of, suppose my mobile, I do not understand how to upload or how to install one application. Then I go to Google and go to YouTube and find out how to do this. And there are lots of videos showing step by step that do this, do this, do this, and I'm able to do it. Why don't we have such applications from the vendor side, that for that particular type of pump, for that particular type of model, like that we have a big database. If this trouble is there, do this, 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 this. If this trouble, and there is an intervention. There is an intervention from the experts online along with this database. So the maintenance engineer and his team can attend to those in emergency, so that there is a less downtime, there is a less loss of production, and I mean, it's a very good quicker thing, because otherwise vendor representative will take time to reach to site, And then whether he has some part or not, those, then again he'll order some part and all. So stocking the spares and these online solutions can be one thing. The third is that there is a great need of automating and digitalizing the manufacturing process at the shop, whether it is pump or it is valve or it is flange. See, what we have been saying, suppose we have given some requirement, some technical data sheets for specs, functional specs, temperature, low temperature, high temperature requirements. I'm sure people must be having processes in place. But my suggestion is that some automated checklist is there, should be there, that yes, the client spec has been read in detailed correctly and its completeness. Because many a times I have examples which but I'll not use the names of any particular vendor and all, but there have been that one example that we boiler feed water pump, the temperature was very, very high, and we procured that pump and we gave all the specifications, and when the pump came operated in first month itself, it gets shut down when the temperature goes up. So the vendor had not read probably the spec in detail and completely. So the cooling system for the pump seal was not installed on that. They thought it is not required, but severity of high temperature was there. So we had to replace the pump. It is not cost of pump, it is loss of production. So that these kind of things, that first, I think we should have a process in place at manufacturing place that study of client spec should be done very detailed and complete. Number two, the standard of manufacturing. I mean, whatever you have designed, you have read the standards properly and you have designed it very good. But whether the design is being implemented during its manufacturing or not, means your QC/QA system, your testing, inspection, and precision. If we have again automated processes for that, then human machine interface will be reduced and we will get better results. So they can kindly, vendors can kindly, manufacturers can kindly take note of it as a suggestion only and do whatever best can be done. Then third is that when you deliver it, then the delivery inspection should be such at site. I'll give you one example. One very, very important part of our LPG plant in Mundra, it was very, very important for commissioning. And it was dispatched in time. Time means we were to get it 15 days before commissioning because we have to fit up and all those things before truck loading, LPG loading on the truck. And we got those boxes, 36 boxes and all that. But when it was opened for fitting, it's another part, a fitting which has to be fitted before that, that nozzle will not work, was not there for all the 36 boxes, 36 items. And we had to wait for 2 months to get that. So there is delay in commissioning process. These are important things. So what I'm trying to say that these can be missed, but these miss can be recovered or covered with the processes, the digitalized processes, the automated inspection processes in place. Try to work on that. At the site also, when we have these kind of leakages. And okay, one more example I want to give, for the walls actually, that there are many services now where we use lined walls, say PTFE lining and all that. So there has to be some innovation in the technology of application of this lining, because many times what is happening, that these walls give away in a year because the lining gets destroyed, and the erosion takes place, and there is a leakage from the wall body itself. So there has to be technology innovations in application side of these coatings. So these are few things which whatever I have faced in the last few years, I'm trying to share that. And this I think is possible only with the digitalization processes of manufacturing and testing and checking deliveries and all those kind of things, checklist kind of thing. So this is what I wanted to share basically. And there has been a lot, especially in what Emerson has done in service industry, that automated and remote service portals. They have done, they have provided such services to the client, that they are providing remote service, that how to repair or how to maintain their products. So like that, more vendors should come up so that we can face COVID-19 like situations if we are there. Also, if not COVID-19, we can save time on travel and we can save money on the travel. So, I mean, we have to see all that. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.